Welcome to the beautiful world.
Sorry, it's beautiful, beautiful,
It's
not
beautiful.
wonderful. Okay.
Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping. Thank you for joining us. I'm here with Chong, a member of Tokyo Aquascaping Union.
Aloha everyone, or konnichiwa.
He's half Japanese, half Chinese, grown up in Hawaii.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
yeah, real worldwide guy. This whole event is sponsored by Aquaflora, so thank you. Thank you, Esther, especially. Today, we're gonna start off with a 60p aquascape. Where do you want it? In the middle of the table, is it good? Any kind of OCD?
Not as much as Balaz, and not as much as Fukada-san. But...
Please, let's start and enjoy.
Great. First thing we're gonna do is cut out a piece of foam for the bottom of the aquarium.
That's your magic stuff.
This is my secret weapon, hard foam board. This is waterproof, in other words, and it's hard, unlike this. It's also used to have this kind of bottom inside the aquarium. Rocks don't slide around. It protects the bottom of the aquarium. If you're trying to block up the glass, you don't want there to be like odd reflections from behind the rock. So one thing you can do is put a black material in between the rock and the glass. The things that we're gonna do today, completely 100% Steven, Chong, Fukada-san doesn't do this. Fukada-san's technique is to cut up old bike tires and then glue that to the rock. So there will be space in between pieces of rock and stuff that we don't want to show. So we can jam this in there. This is the total opposite of Araki-san. Traditional, don't use any glue.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's bring in some foam board and cut up some sponges.
So now that we've done with all the preparation, we're gonna head back to the studio and start off with the hardscape. Okay?
Sounds good.
Good.
We got everything we need.
Let's go.
All right, let's get started with the aquarium. As mentioned, I'm Steven Chong from the Tokyo Aquascaping Union, and it's a tremendous honor to be here at Green Aqua and putting aquascape together. This is going to be like a tropical forest jungle style aquascape. You know, TAU, we often have very powerful, dynamic diorama, in English diorama style layouts, and this is going to be one of those. This is a waterproof duct tape I got at a home center in Japan. I'm sure like you can find a similar brand or version for your country. One thing that you find out quickly when you join TAU is that it's hard to ask how questions. We can talk about the how of composition, but in terms of the how of technical stuff, Fukada-san will tell you if you're really serious about aquascaping, figure it out yourself.
Usually in a showroom like ours, you don't want to see stuff from the side of the tank. Obviously, we're gonna make an exception for you.
Thank you. Tokyo Aquascaping Union wants to inspire layouters around the world by putting together great works that will really push the envelope on what is possible in aquascapes. This is makeup remover pads. You can use cigarette lighters, of course, but this is a little bit more flexible. Like 2017 was my first serious entry. Bombed it though, ranked 525. The next year, 2018, ranked 5. This is going to be a wood layout, but in order to do an effective wood layout, you first have to have the strong base. There's still this gap on the right side that's very open and can be seen through. I can either block it with another stone or I can fill it with lax sponge. Might have to do a combination of both. So this is a base stone, but even placing the base stone, what I'm going to try and do is keep an empty space in front. This does create a shadow and it lifts the aquascape off the ground. A little bit of drama and tension because if a rock feels like it's gonna fall over, there is apprehension about it. I'm gonna use styrofoam blocks. This is another Steven original technique. Never hesitate to take stuff out again. If one stone has a pocket, an indent to have that drama, the next one can be resting. What you want is like a rhythm. If I had to be totally honest, I guess part of my personality, I always wanted to be in it with the competitions. That's even reflected in the rank 71 the first year I competed. I wasn't planning to cheat, but I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna put this piece of tape back here.
Okay. I think next year you're gonna drop about 20 places on the IAPLC if they see what you're doing.
So what I learned from Amano-san in the brief conversations we had was, whether or not you will be able to realize your dreams, it is a test of your own passion. It's a test of your own dedication and skill. Voila! That doesn't want to move. That doesn't want to move. Very good, very good. So for a wood layout, this sure is a lot of rock work, huh? I don't really care so much about having individual pieces when I buy a hardscape. What I want is a lot. As a beginner rock, lava stone, different types of lava rock is a good choice. It's light, it grips each other, and you can put it into all sorts of shape. Lava rock, crushed by the Green Aqua team. In Japan, we usually use pumice, garden stone. The reason why I'm putting this in before power sand or any of the aqua soil is because it doesn't compact. You can stack this up really high and still get an aerated background. This is how we, bring substrate up to near the surface in these types of georama style layouts.
I have some life-saving liquids as well.
Thank you.
If you're gonna drink that on video, Balaj is gonna put some really weird drinking sound on it. I think it's hot. Okay, you don't even need the sound effect.
First layer is going to be lava or pumice. The layer on top of that is going to be the power sand, and then on top, aqua soil. The only reason why I'm putting aqua soil in at this stage is because I want to rest a rock on top of it. There will be shadow in here, around here, underneath even this little rock over here because it's tilted in this direction. I think that's enough rocks for now. We can finally move on to some wood stuff. So in this case, there are roots. So the roots have to hang onto the stone, and there also has to be a trunk. There's no such thing as roots without a tree. You need to make both parts. This is okay for the light to go over, right? I think it's still not too tall.
Can we have the light for a second?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be okay.
It's a very important thing that most of the people don't really look for is the roots should actually follow the shape of the rocks.
What I wanted to do in making this right side area is create a pocket like you're underneath the tree looking up. This kind of area is still pretty empty. This is like an elevated platform here that we can show like world of hairgrass and HC because it's the furthest back point of the aquascape where the eye is going to exit. This is the first space. This is kind of underneath the wood fish eye point of view. This is like the focal point, the thing to first catch the eye. This stone is layer 1 along this side. These pieces of wood are layer 2. going in front and making this special dark environment over here. These pieces of wood, and actually this stone too, it's all one layer. It's on the same dimension, but this is layer 3. Sand is layer 4. And then this is the viewpoint, the final place where you want to bring the eyes. Now we are entering the detail phase, putting in the last small pieces of stone and stuff. I feel bad for whoever's doing maintenance. Okay, we're ready. Let's plant. If hardscape is more objective and more logical mindset, then planting is more instinctual. Usually when I plant HC at home, what I'll do is I'll use stainless steel nails and I'll push them through the HC or the Monte Carlo, and that will kind of act like a temporary root. There's usually a dominant plant in one place or another, but you want to give the impression that it's not just pure straight, that plant. So planting the taller hair grass around here to use it as a background plant for most of the area back. This is Monosolenium TENERUM, or one of the casual names is Pilea. I'm gonna plant this mostly in and around the front shadow area. It'll be hard to grow many other plants in this location because of the driftwood here.
Oh, you actually poured some soil on top of the Monte Carlo to keep it down. Okay, that's easier than planting.
I actually pour it on and pull the plant out a little bit so the soil can kind of fall in between its leaves and stems. Mini hair grass is planted over here, but there's also going to be the taller ACICULARIS around here to kind of frame the viewpoint, which is back here. So this is Anubias pangolino. It's one of the smallest Anubias with very sharp leaves. If you have these big, powerful elements up front, you want to have very small plants and small detail elements here in the foreground in order to make these things seem huge by comparison.
Well, thank you. We have to cut it off now. We're gonna make some small adjustments tomorrow. You're gonna see all that in the final shot at the end of the video. Thank you very much for doing all this.
Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you with the final aquascape.
Yeah, and if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell button. And yeah, see you next time. Oh, and Steve is gonna be back with the duel against
Fukuda-san. Right.
Join us for that as well.
Yeah, and there's also going to be a video on my channel too, so check it out, Steve Scaves.
See you guys. Thank you very much for joining. Bye.